Hello viewers, Super GT here, welcome back to another modern GT endurance hopper lobby race. Yeah, here we go then, off the line. We are at Rio, expecting carnage. The Nismo already into the wall, getting battered around. We started just outside the top 10. Let's see how lap 1 goes. This guy's going to grind on the wall and come to a halt. So if you look at the map there, it's already a massive gap between the front of the pack and the back, and I just about get slowed down in time to avoid hitting that McLaren. We do make contact there, pushed him through the gap. We are away 6th place, so well inside the top 10, coming away into the infield section, coming through the chicane very fast. McLaren has to slow down, took it a little bit too quick, and to slow down on the exit, up into 4th place. It's a good start so far. The Lamborghini gets caught up with the BMW, flying around the outside, straight into 2nd place. Can we hunt down 1st place and get it done on lap 1? Coming up the hill, very bumpy this section, very hard to get right. On the brakes nice and early, play it safe, holding it through there perfectly. The Chevrolet ZR1 in use today. Kind of trying to venture around all of the cars in this class. I always come back to this hopper, it's such a good hopper, probably the best one in the game. And really just trying to experiment with all the cars. So if you'd like this tune, it's by me, F4H Super GT. Give it a go. Past the Aston Martin on the exit of the hairpin, or the very sharp 90-degree corner. Now through the long right-hander. You see they're very grippy indeed. I've got maximum downforce on this tune, so it's not the best on the straights, but it is solid and easy to drive overall. In the end, it turned out to be an easy win, 1st place. We're going to go to the 2nd race at Rio. This start isn't going to be quite as clean, unfortunately, because there's an Aston Martin parked sideways in the middle, and it's just your average day really. Lamborghini's flipping over, and millions of pounds worth of damage already. 4GT, Ferrari and Audi make contact, yet more contact, just backing off to make sure we can get through, and we do. So when we see accidents like that up ahead, we're just trying to slow down a little bit, just trying to pick our way through. It's best to do that, I think, rather than just absolutely gun it and hope for the best. Slowing down a little bit and picking your way through, probably the best strategy. Audi goes in there way too quick, similar to the last race actually, a bit of deja vu. Their tyre balancing on the top of my car, how the hell is that happening? Up the hill we go, behind now the Jaguar, and I mean I probably could have gone for a pass here, but it's a very risky space there to try and go for a pass. I mean, if you go 2x2 through that section, you're asking for trouble. You're probably going to get hit. So just sticking behind for now. Through the tunnel, very long right-hander. The car dealing with that very well. On the exit of the tunnel, got the speed to try to think about a move here. Get on the brakes nice and early. The Jaguar a little bit too late. He's going to go into the wall. There he goes, using the handbrake at the last second, just to give him that nice bounce off the wall. But I do go through into 3rd place. Going through the long right, you see they're just getting those 2 wheels on the red tarmac on the inside. So this BMW just absolutely murdered himself, and then at the end of lap 3 caught up with the BMW. He just grazed the apex there, and it just shunted it wide. So up into 1st, and again it was another victory. We're going to move then to this race. This was a really good race, absolutely amazing. I had a couple of firsts, so I thought I wanted to see how good this car was, with a good challenge of overtaking around Watkins Glen, so the NASCAR version, or sorry, the alternative version, so without the chicane on the back straight. So we dropped down to 23rd. Let's see how good this car is at overtaking. It's a good test really. 18 laps, so it's going to be roughly half an hour this race. Obviously going to cut parts out, but it's going to be a fairly long race, this one. So again, just backing off to try to make our way through the pack there. Bit of an incident. We get through 18th now out of 23, so 5 places gained already after just a few corners. Nismo up ahead, not too fast in a straight line, you can see. You're going to see that the car I'm driving, the tune I've got, as I said, maximum downforce, so my car isn't also the best on the straights, as there's plenty going on through here. Lots of smoke being laid down into 15th place, lots of cars very close to each other, coming through the corner, the left-hander down the hill. Audi very wide. We're going to move to the left-hand side here, just to let him rejoin. And then coming into the next corner, just hold it on the inside. The Ford actually drives very wide. I was expecting him to come across, but he didn't. So that's another position, up to 13th. We've got Jacob Balke here in the ZR1. It's a good comparison actually, because we're in exactly the same car, but you'll see later he has a far superior tune. Well, for this track at least. So coming through here, he's absolutely just going to get murdered. He's just going to get pushed to the right, and that was absolutely brutal from Aston Martin. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky bout. I'm sticking up for you though. You know, I wiped out your murderer, so no worries at all. So that was that sorted. We're going to try to make our way back through the pack. We were getting fairly good progress on that first lap, but that collision lost us a little bit of time. So the Frenchman in the Audi is going to go a little bit defensive. I'm going to go around the outside at the toe corner. And you see that the grip, very easy to control this car. You can get on the throttle quite early, even through that corner, which is notoriously difficult to get right. And let's have a look at the next two corners. The right and the left at the start of the final sector. Going in there, just receive a bump, actually helped me if anything. Give me a nice little speed boost through there. Audi lost out massively. Going really early to this one. Down to second gear. Can be very misleading, that corner. And we're through there okay, in 9th position. So now in 8th, a couple of people going into the pits for their early pit stop. So I was gaining positions throughout this early stint. Behind the Jaguar now. He just dips 2 wheels onto the grass. And that's going to give him a poor run through this corner. Just going to slot in ahead. Just about do it. Cover him off. Stick to the right hand side. And then just give him a car whip on the left. So that he can still brake if he has to. Well, he obviously does have to. But if he misses his braking point. Up into 7th position. So the progress is good so far. And this is lap number 5 now. Of 18. So about 8 minutes into the race. It kind of settled down by this point. It normally does after a couple of laps. You can see there behind though, we have 3 cars very hot on my heels. Jaguar there, into the tyre wall. We're going to gain another position, so up into 5th. Again, good progress. Into the toe corner. I like to go in deep to this one. Down to second gear. And then take that mid-apex. Get on the throttle as soon as you can. Dip into that extra tarmac on the outside. So we are now on the back straight, the long back straight. No chicane here, so this is where top end is very important. You see there, he's ZR1, that's Jacob Balke, who's caught me up after that initial accident on lap number 1. You see he just had far superior top end, so his tune for this track is definitely a bit better than mine. But this tune is definitely very good on Rio. It was very good on the more twisty circuit, should we say. So into the toe corner. Balke already beginning to gap me slightly. You see that he's having a bit of trouble through there, but actually it turns out I had more trouble on the exit. Just dipping 2 wheels onto the grass, losing a bit of momentum on the exit down this back straight, coming into the next corner. You can actually carry quite a lot of speed through here. It does open up quite a lot on the exit. Past the scene of the accident where he got murdered on lap 1. So in 6th place, it's gone well so far. Started on pole, but then went down to 23rd. So any result inside the top 10 I think is a good one. We'll see how it goes through the last 2 corners. Throw it in there, the car just grips really nicely. And into the final corner of the lap here at Watkins Glen. A little bit wide of the apex, but on the throttle early, used the curve on the outside. And we're through there at the end of lap number 6. So catching up with the back marker here. You know, back markers aren't always that bad. And in this hopper, to be fair, a lot of them are actually very good. So coming through here, just going to move over to the right hand side. Get on the brakes nice and early, and he's just going to let me go basically. So yeah, credit to him for that. Not all back markers are stupid. He clearly knows what he's doing, this guy. So that was good to see. Hopefully he would hold up the other guys for me though. So this is the end of lap number 11. I'm in 2nd place, but only courtesy of other people going into the pit earlier than me. So I'm going to take my pit stop now. And at the exit of the pits, 8th position, so drop down 6 places. On the map there, you might be able to see there's a couple of cars just up ahead. So a couple of cars which are within range of being caught up. So if I put in some good laps here, we've got 10 minutes left here to try and catch them up. Try and gain a couple of positions. We've gained 2, again courtesy of people going into the pits and other various accidents. There is one more accident, up into 5th place. Lamborghini, I don't know what happened to him. He might have got caught up with the Audi or the BMW up ahead. But this is really interesting. It's hotting up now. We had a Mercedes hunting us down for pretty much the whole race. and he's now behind us. We've got the Audi up ahead, we've got the BMW just up ahead, and we've got that Lamborghini, of course, which just spun out just behind. We've also got a Bentley, which is going to start appearing very soon. So with 2 laps left, 5 or 6 cars are going to contest 3rd place. This is really good. After pretty much half an hour of racing, this is what we want to see. We want to see 5 or 6 different cars battling it out at the end of the race. That shows that the homologation can work. The 2 guys up ahead getting so close to each other, and up the main straight, I'm actually going to get a good run here despite the car's lack of top speed. And it's going to be 3 abreast. Look at this, this is absolutely mental. Going into the long right at the end of the straight, I just move over to the right hand side, get on the brakes, I'm committed, and unfortunately I just go into the Audi. It was a bit clumsy from me, going a little bit too narrow, and I braked roughly where I need to, but I was far too narrow and it was never going to work. I lose the position then to the Lamborghini, but gained one past the Audi, of course. So into the next corner, going for that deeper line in. So you can see they're turning in a lot later, which means we can take it like a straighter exit, which helps with traction through there. You see how much I close up to the back of the Lamborghini. The Mercedes there behind, he was pretty much shadowing me the entire race. He's going to try and fend off the Bentley. The Bentley is very good in a straight line, so he's going to do well around this track. So right now we've got 1 lap remaining, or just over 1 lap, and we've got 5 cars, 5 different cars contesting 3rd place. So this is really good. This is, you know, this is what it's all about, really. This is what we want. I seem to have found myself with a good bunch of drivers here who are very respectful. I mean, to be honest, the worst accident was probably mainly my fault on the back straight there a couple of laps ago, or on the last lap. Let's see how this one goes then. 1 more lap to go. The Bentley is hot on my heels. He's right behind, putting the pressure on, and through the first corner, through there very nicely. A bit of extending by the BMW and the Lambo, but they're not actually going to gain too much time from that. We've got a bag marker up ahead. He's going to come into play here, I think. It could get very messy indeed. Let's see how it plays out though. Coming through the S's, onto the back straight. This is where I'm going to ultimately lack speed. I had a good run last time, but only because other people made mistakes. I'm going to go defensive, make the Bentley go to the left and the outside, and then the Audi is just going to appear on the inside. I just have to swerve out of the way, and unfortunately the Mercedes had to take evasive action. So 2 laps in a row, some sort of incident at that corner, and involving me, unfortunately. But that I think that Audi was trying to do the right thing. He was trying to get out of the way, but I mean, there's not much place he could have gone except on the grass maybe. But oh well, we still have 4 cars here contesting 3rd place. This is crazy. With only 3 or 4 corners left remaining, the Bentley's got a very good run here on the exit against the BMW. He's going to get past. He's up into 4th place. Can he hunt down the Lamborghini and get 3rd? Let's see. Into the next corner. I'm on the inside. The BMW just slides wide, and I'm up into 5th place once again. Is there a possibility of 4th or even 3rd as we come through the 3rd to last corner? Good run through there. A little bit of oversteer on the exit. The race has now been won. You can see there that's not too big a gap. After half an hour, it's a matter of seconds really between the top, let's say 7 or 8. That's really good. Just grazed the grass there on the exit, or sorry, the entrance to the final turn. The Bentley's going to get really close. Giving it another lap maybe, and he would have had 3rd place. But it's going to be 5th, and I thought that was a really, really good race. Just to have so many people that close to each other at the end, it was really good to be part of. Just unfortunate there was a bit of contact. I just braked that tiny bit too late against the Audi when I was really narrow going into the fast right, but ultimately it was a really good race. There was a good bunch of people in that lobby, so not all bad, you know, not all bad in this Forza Motorsport 7. It can also be very enjoyable, and that was a really good race. The homologation system, you know, it can work. It's not always needed, but I think in some divisions it does work, and in this example it proves that you know, we can have 5 or 6 different cars and they can be very well balanced. But there we go. I do hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts as always, and smash the like button, and if you're new, do subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.